Have you ever wondered what lies in the hidden corners of the internet? Well, let's pop the hood and take a look. We're venturing into the realm of the dark web, a term that's often shrouded in mystery and intrigue, but what exactly is it? The dark web is a part of the internet that's intentionally hidden, tucked away from the prying eyes of standard web browsers. It's like the unexplored ocean depths of the digital world, inaccessible to most, yet teeming with activity. Now let's clear up a common misconception. The dark web is not the same as the internet we use daily, which is referred to as the surface web. That's the internet where we do our online shopping, scroll through social media feeds, or watch the latest cat videos. But here's a metaphor to help you understand better. Picture the internet as an iceberg. The tip of the iceberg that you see above the water, that's the surface web. It's visible, easily accessible, and is where most of our online activity takes place. But much like an iceberg, the majority of the internet lies beneath the surface, hidden from view. That's the dark web. It's intriguing, right? But why is it hidden? Well, the dark web provides a level of anonymity not possible on the surface web, making it a haven for a myriad of activities, from the noble to the nefarious. It's a complex and fascinating realm that goes far beyond what meets the eye. So that's the dark web in a nutshell. But how does it work? What's on there? How can you access it? And more importantly, should you? And if you do, how do you stay safe? We'll dive into these questions and more as we continue our exploration. But for now, we'll leave you with a sense of the vast, hidden depths that exist beneath the surface of our everyday digital world. So that's the dark web in a nutshell. But how does it work? So how does the dark web function? It's a fascinating process that involves a lot of cloaking and masking. The dark web operates on a network that is not indexed by traditional search engines. Instead, it uses specialized software like Tor, short for the onion router. Tor is aptly named, as it layers your internet activity much like the layers of an onion. Here's how it works. When you use Tor to access the internet, your connection is bounced across several servers scattered around the globe. With each bounce, your data is re-encrypted, making it nearly impossible to trace back to you. This rerouting process is not linear, meaning the data doesn't follow a clear path from point A to point B. Instead, it takes the convoluted route, further masking the user's identity and location. This level of anonymity is what sets the dark web apart from the surface web. When you browse on the surface web, your online activity can be tracked, traced, and even censored. But on the dark web, users can surf the web with a cloak of anonymity. This makes it an attractive platform for those who value privacy or live under oppressive regimes, where freedom of speech and privacy are often compromised. However, the same anonymity also provides a shield for illegal activity, making the dark web a hotbed for cyber criminals. From drug trafficking to hacking services, the dark web hosts a myriad of illicit activities hidden from the prying eyes of law enforcement. But remember, the dark web isn't inherently bad, it's just a tool. And like any tool, its impact depends on how it's used. It's also worth noting that not everything on the dark web is hidden. There are many sites that are publicly accessible, but they operate under the anonymity that the dark web provides. So that's the technical side of the dark web. But it's not all nefarious. There are some legitimate uses too. The dark web can be a powerful tool for preserving privacy, promoting free speech, and circumventing censorship. As we move forward, it's important to understand the complexities of this digital landscape. Not everything on the dark web is illegal or sinister. In fact, it can be a vital tool for those seeking to maintain privacy and avoid oppression. Let's delve into some of these legitimate uses. First up, whistleblowing. The dark web provides a secure platform for individuals to expose wrongdoings, corruption, or illegal activities within organizations without revealing their identity. This is crucial in maintaining the safety and anonymity of these brave individuals. Next, we have privacy protection. In countries with oppressive regimes where censorship and surveillance are rampant, the dark web offers a lifeline. It allows users to access information and communicate freely, away from the prying eyes of their governments. Finally, the dark web provides a secure platform for activists to share information, coordinate actions, and mobilize support without fear of retaliation or persecution. But while there are legitimate uses, there's also a darker side to the dark web. The dark web is infamous for a reason. It's a hotbed for illegal activities, from drug trafficking to hacking. This is the side of the dark web that often grabs headlines, painting a sinister picture of an underground network where lawlessness reigns supreme. On these hidden platforms, you can find everything from drug markets to hacking forums. These drug markets, similar to e-commerce platforms on the surface web, host listings for substances that vary from marijuana to powerful synthetic opioids. Transactions are typically conducted using cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which, while not wholly anonymous, provide a level of obfuscation that makes tracking these transactions a complex task. Hacking forums are another common sight on the dark web. These are places where hackers and cybercriminals can exchange tips, share malicious software, or even offer their services for a fee. These forums have been linked to some of the most significant data breaches in recent history, underscoring the potential harm they can cause. And then, there are the illicit services for hire. These can range from the morally dubious to the outright criminal. It's possible to find people offering their skills as hitmen, hackers for hire, or vendors selling stolen data and counterfeit money. But it's important to note that while these services are advertised, there's no guarantee that they're legitimate. The dark web is, after all, a place where scammers and fraudsters thrive. So even the criminals can't always trust each other. Engaging in these activities can lead to serious legal consequences. Law enforcement agencies worldwide are continually working to infiltrate these hidden networks, track down criminals, and bring them to justice. Many individuals have been arrested and charged after being caught purchasing illegal goods or services on the dark web. So if you're planning to explore the dark web, how can you stay safe? Well, that's a topic for our next segment, but one thing is clear. The dark web isn't a lawless wasteland. It's a complex network with its own set of rules and dangers, and while it can serve as a tool for privacy and freedom, it can also be a playground for some of the most dangerous elements of society. Navigating the dark web can be risky, but with the right precautions, you can keep yourself safe. As we delve into the depths of the dark web, it's crucial to remember that safety should be your priority. This isn't your usual internet browsing. First and foremost, always use a virtual private network or VPN to provide an extra layer of security. A VPN hides your IP address, making it even more difficult for your online actions to be traced back to you. Consider this your invisibility cloak, providing an additional barrier between you and potential dangers. Next, be wary of suspicious links. The dark web is riddled with traps, and clicking on the wrong link could lead you straight into one. It's like walking through a minefield blindfolded, so if a link seems dubious, it's best to avoid it. Remember, curiosity killed the cat. Downloading files from unknown sources is another minefield. These files could contain harmful malware or spyware that could infect your device. It's like accepting a suspicious package without knowing its contents. Always be cautious about what you download. Lastly, never share personal information on the dark web. This includes your real name, address, or any financial information. The dark web is not the place for sharing. It's like shouting out your personal details in a crowded, unknown place. Your personal information is precious. Guard it with your life. In the same vein, avoid engaging in illegal activities. While the dark web may offer a veil of anonymity, it's not foolproof. Law enforcement agencies worldwide are becoming more adept at tracking down illegal activities on the dark web, so it's best to stay on the right side of the law. With these safety measures, you can explore the dark web with minimal risk. But what does the future hold for this mysterious part of the internet? As technology evolves, so does the dark web. It's a constantly shifting landscape that's always one step ahead. The future of the dark web is, in many ways, a reflection of the ongoing cat-and-mouse game between cybercriminals and law enforcement. As new technologies emerge, they're often quickly adopted by those seeking to exploit the dark web's anonymity. From AI-driven encryption techniques to quantum computing, these advancements could potentially make the dark web even more elusive. On the flip side, these same technologies are also being harnessed by law enforcement and cybersecurity experts. They're constantly developing new tools and strategies to identify and apprehend those who misuse the dark web. It's a never-ending battle, a continuous dance of innovation and adaptation. So, what's certain about the future of the dark web? Uncertainty. It will continue to be a place of intrigue, a battleground of technology, and a test of wits between those who protect and those who disrupt. The dark web is a fascinating, complex, and sometimes dangerous part of our digital world. As we continue to explore its depths, who knows what we'll find next?